In this video, we will take you through the assembly tutorial of this dog-like robot. First, install the 18650 battery, aligning its positive and negative electrodes with the corresponding positive and negative electrodes on the board. Since this product uses a bus servo, it is necessary to set the servo ID and center position of each leg one by one. Here we only demonstrate the setting of one servo ID and the center position. Other servo IDs and mid positions are handled similarly based on the different IDs of each leg. The servo ID distribution of WAVEGO Pro is indicated in the figure. First, dial the dip of the WAVEGO Pro host with the battery installed to on and turn it on. By default, the host has already been flashed with the factory source code of WAVEGO Pro. Before modifying the ID and center position, connect the G15 pin to 3.3 volt with a cable to enter assembly mode, and insert the SC09 servo into the servo slot. The WAVEGO Pro host will generate a Wi-Fi after turning on, and the Wi-Fi password is 123456778. Connect this Wi-Fi and access 192.168.4.1 in the browser. Enter code in the feedback information to modify the ID, where raw is the current ID of the servo, and new is the new ID that the servo needs to be changed to. Here we take the example of servo number 21, so the value of new is 21. If you need to change it to a different ID, you need to replace this value. After entering the command, click Send to send it. After modifying the ID, send code to move the servo to the center position for later installation. The ID here uses the modified new ID. Since the servo may already be in the center position, it may not move. If you want to verify if the servo ID mentioned before have been changed, the servo can be moved to another position and then moved back to the center position. After setting all the servo IDs and center positions, proceed with the installation on the side of WAVEGO Pro. This only demonstrates the installation process of one leg. The other installation processes are similar. The side swings are mirrored, so you need to pay attention when installing it. First, insert the black nylon hex nuts M2 into the corresponding holes on the side panel. Then place the servo into the side panel and fix it with black nylon round head screws PM2*8. Then install the upper swing arm on the servo, noting that the swing arm needs to be installed at the servo's mid position and installed vertically downward. Then install the side swing on the swing arm and fix it with silver metal round head screws PM2*3. The side swings of the front and rear legs are mirrored, and if it is not facing outward after installation, it's installed incorrectly. Then proceed with the installation of the remaining two servos. The servos need to be strictly installed according to the previous ID distribution diagram. Place the servo in the side swing in order, and secure it with silver metal round head screws PM2*5. The side-mounted servo arm direction needs to swing outward approximately 45 degrees. Next, install the WAVEGO Pro head. Mount the IPX to SMA female bulkhead adapter into its designated slot on the printed part, and pass the antenna through the corresponding hole. Finally, secure it with the small chili-shaped antenna 2.4G2D B2300-2500 MHz SMA with an SMA male connector. Next, install the WAVEGO Pro body. First, fix the black hexagonal nylon columns with flat head screws KM2.5*6. Then plug the antenna of the head into the corresponding position of the board. Next, plug the assembled servo assemblies into the servo ports on the board. Note that the servo assemblies need to be installed according to the distribution of the servo IDs to distinguish between the left and right legs. After installing the servo assemblies, organize the servo wires. Next, secure the WAVEGO Pro metal bottom cover with flat head screws KM 2.5*6. Then plug the PH 2.0 double-ended cable into the corresponding position of the board. Finally, insert the servo assemblies into the corresponding positions of the metal top and bottom covers, and fix them with flat head screws KM 2.5*6. Note that the PH 2.0 double-ended cables are hidden in the top cover as much as possible. Next, install the WAVEGO Pro head and tail onto the main body. First, put the microball flange bearings into the corresponding holes of the 4 leg side swings. Next, place the head and tail in their respective positions on the main body. Then fix them with flat head screws KM 2.5*8. Next, install the OLED screen. First, connect the OLED with the PH 2.0 double-ended cable on the body. Tear off the protective film of the acrylic cover. Mount the 3D printed part, screen base and the OLED, as well as the acrylic cover plate, in their corresponding positions. And fix them to the body with black metal flathead screws. Then proceed with the installation of the legs. Here we will only demonstrate the installation of one leg. The installation of the other legs is similar. Firstly, install microball flange bearings on the printed leg parts. Note that the two bearings are installed in opposite directions. If the bearing doesn't fit, you can press it in with force. The leg structure is made of nylon material, which has relatively high toughness. Then use black metal countersunk screws to pass through the legs and micro-flat bearings. Then use black metal self-locking nuts to fix the guide link and legs. The two flange bearings above the guide link are in the same direction. Be careful not to tighten the locking nuts too much, otherwise it will hinder the joint movement. The swing arm links are also installed in the same way. Next, perform the servo calibration and open and install the leg links. The WAVEGO Pro host switch needs to connect the G15 pin to 3.3 volt with a cable to enter calibration mode before calibration. Next, enter the web interface and send the command code to close the servo torque lock. Manually rotate each joint to a vertically downward state. Then send code to save the current location, which will be permanently stored inside the ESP32. Unless the Erase All Flash option is checked when formatting flash or uploading the program, the location will be permanently saved. After saving, turn off the host. After shutting down, the servo arm can be freely rotated to facilitate the installation of leg links. Finally, install the newly installed leg link. According to the left and right legs using silver metal round head screws PM2*5 on the servo swing arm. The assembly process of the WAVEGO Pro is complete.